Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell and welcome back to my series 10,000 and Below, where I'm going through games that are ranked quite low on Board Game Geek. And in fact, today we're below 14,000. But there's still some good games in here, and there's interesting games. It's fun to delve into this, and so let's do it together. Each week we take a look at 100 of them, not all 100, a few of them, kind of skimming through. Here we go. I always take a look at the first one. This one is Aztack, actually. I've given this one a 5. As you can see, I don't like it. Let's Bounty Town. That one just sounds interesting, so we'll look at that. And then Elusio from 2008, because that one has 211 ratings. All right, Aztack, this is from Blue Orange Games. Now, I tend to like Blue Orange Games for the most part, but in this particular one, you are stacking stones according to patterns, and yes, I remember this one. You're just kind of putting them on top of each other. An abstract strategy game, you put them on top of each other, and it's kind of random. They're really nice pieces, though. I mean, if you look at these, they have a really good look to them, and they stack well. It looks like this person managed to fit everything in a much smaller box, though. There we go. Great pieces, but the game itself was quite boring. Bounty Town from Victory Point Games. Okay. That's probably why this one's ranked lower. Victory Point Games doesn't have a lot of, not all their games have got out there. This one's a very Western motif. Like how it looks. Victory Point Games have a certain amount of charm to them. I normally don't give, I give short shrift to a lot of games that don't look great, but this one does look interesting. Elusio from 2008, Edge Entertainment and Funforge. You're being a magician here. Now, why? I wonder why I never played this one. It looks cool. I know I've seen it. Is it a take that style game? Man, that artwork is really familiar to me. Who is the artist for this game? Julian Duval, and he did the Castles of Burgundy, Dominion, Memoir. Oh, he's the Days of Wonder artist. That's what it is. Okay, you're right. You look at that cards, and that is Days of Wonder artwork. I knew I recognized him. This kid just jumped in from Ticket to Ride. But I wonder why it's ranked so low, though. Has a lot of really lows. Nice theme, but nothing anybody to shift a dozen better card games off the table. Push your luck. The rules are badly written. Oh well, I do like the theme of that one. All right, Elevator Eddie, I gotta look at that one. Match of the Season says 106 ratings. Let's continue down here and look. Game of Dracula. I gotta look at a game that's just called Game of Dracula. All right, Elevator Eddie. Elevator Eddie has 2 methods of play. You're turning over the top cards. The movement of the elevators. You're trying to stop the elevator to slow down other players and get rid of your floor cards. Well, I like the way Elevator, it's a fast flipping family game. This one's called Beastie Boys. It must be pronounced differently than that. So Migo's done a version of this. I like the art on that one. Much better than this Elevator Eddie artwork. What kind of crazy elevator is this? I want the Beastie Boys version. Match of the Season. This one is the board game version of Hat Trick. Go on a quest to win silverware, build your team, trade players. I'm missing the silverware part. What? I'm assuming it's a soccer game. I actually like how this looks. Trying to build a team. Huh. All right, Game of Dracula from 1977 from Waddington's. A fiendish game of suspense and fun. Plot your escape from Dracula's castle and move stealthily to the exit. Is it a roll and move game? Yes. There's a mask. You get to wear a bat mask when you're Dracula. There is Dracula. Oh, there's someone wearing a bat mask. Game of Dracula. Simple, fun chase game. Alrighty, Shutterbug, I played that one. Let's see. Linkage, a DNA card game. And Med Andre Ord and Dragon Masters and Seen It Movie Deluxe all have over 100 ratings. So we'll take a look at those. All right, here we go. Shutterbug. This is Miguel from Calliope Games. Yeah, this is from Calliope Games' new designer line. Shutterbug just didn't work for me at all. The idea is to move around and take pictures of these animals, or not animals, but like the jackalope and things like that. It was okay theme, bad production values, I thought, and the gameplay just wasn't very interesting. Linkage, a DNA card game. This is from Genius Games. This is one of their lowest ranked ones. It's also one of their earlier ones. This is one of the few I have not played. I really like everything that Genius Games does, so I'm curious. It must be how it looks. This one doesn't. This must be the first one they did. Genius Games really is on the ball now. Their stuff is fantastic. All right. So the fact that this one's lower, it just must. It does have a few 5/10s. It's really light. It's a good refresher for bio students. And it's just matching stuff. Okay. Med Andra Ord. A word explaining game clearly inspired by Alias. You have to find new ways to describe words or team while being distracted by the opposing team. Then there's Saboteurs. So it's a word game, and I don't know much more about it because it's not in English. I do like the art on the cover, though. All right, Dragon Masters. This is from Ian Livingston and Games Workshop. So Ian Livingston, very, very famous designer. Yeah, this looks like an older Games Workshop game. That's a thin, thin dragon there. So is this based in the Warhammer universe? I don't know, but that's a lot of cool miniatures. Game itself is not very highly rated, as you can see. A lot of comments and ratings, but let's see what the comments say. One of the best games ever. The game is too long. Even the people, it seems like the rules aren't great, slow and clunky, so people liked it, but it was just too long. Seen It Movie Deluxe. Well, this is just another Seen It game. I wonder why this one's ranked so low as opposed to most of the Seen It games. It seems like most of the comments are pretty good. Better do something else. Maybe not bad, but Seen It's like a lot of trivia games are always so easy. Okay, I guess this one's just ranked the same as many other Seen It games. Alrighty, let's continue on here. Train Sylvania. I like the name of that. I want to look at it. Mood X. Space Station Assault. I didn't give either one of those games a very good rating. Cordoba. 75 Gnome Street. And then Undercover. Well, that's a bunch of games to look at. Here we go. Train Sylvania. I like the cover for this game a lot. Looks like a kid's game. Looks like every picture here in the database is of the cover. Another day of shootings over in the global film studio of Monsterwood. Monsters need to get the train off. Did this game come out in 2019? Maybe it's not out yet. Because, again, there's no pictures of the game. There's an overview at the Essen last year. I didn't see this one there. Mood X. Now, this is the kind of game, a storytelling game, where your personality is part of the game. You tell stories and you're trying to guess the mood. It's a little too easy. I like the idea of the game. It just doesn't work as well as you might think it should. From Grana made a version of this. It's a nice idea. Like I said, just didn't come together very well. Space Station Assault. This is from Your Move Games. I remember this game. So Space Station Assault is, I think, the first game I played from Your Move Games, and I tend to like their games. They made Battleground Fantasy Warfare and Succession. Space Station Assault, you just put ships next to each other, and then you attacked other ships. So it didn't even feel very spaceshipy. Darwin Castle's the designer of this. He also has done Star Realms. So you know, I'm not gonna. He's done a lot of great games. This is probably one of his lower ranked games, but this one just didn't work for me back in the day. Cordoba. This is from Reiner Knizia. This is a pretty low ranked one from him. Wonder why so. It's kind of the box and the artwork have a very different look than many games. Interesting. Let's see what the comments say. It's a simplification of Battle Line. Basic. This is another one comparing it to Battle Line. But it also looks like all the comments are in Spanish. Maybe to play with kids or to decide things instead of flipping a coin. Well, it's never really great. All right, 75, Gnome Street. Who made this one? This is from... Kaman was involved with this one? Huh. Oh, on Kama. I think I remember seeing this at a convention. A bunch of gnomes. And are you trying to get them into patterns? What are you trying to do here? Investigation profile. You're trying to location guess the location of the gang's spoils. This came out in 2016. Got very little notice. Undercover. This is from Frosted Games. This came out in 2016. So Frosted doesn't make a ton of games. The Cold War. Man, I really like how this game looks. I love the art. Wait, I played this game. I've definitely played this game. Why? Do I have a rating here? Yeah, I gave it a 6. Okay, sorry. Sometimes I need to remember what I played or not. It was a game about putting down tiles and putting down stuff. It had this neat, like, ring here of how different things worked, and there's doubles, and the spy theme in the art was good, but at the end of the day, it was just an okay game. It was good, but not great. But man, it's super colorful. I love the theme of it. Alrighty, let's see. Street Paintball. Terzetto. Polarity. That's not the Polarity I know. I don't think. Tabloid Teasers. And Rapidi Croco. Alright, that brings us. Street Paintball. That's right. You got to throw these balls at each other. When you turn over a card, you have to hit someone with it, but they can grab the balls so that before you can pick them up and throw them at that person. That's pretty much the whole game. I don't think it could be anything. Paintball's a fine theme, I guess. Terzetto. That's right. You're putting marbles in these things, trying to get patterns. Yeah. It was okay. Polarity, an abstract game. Get 3 or more stones in a row, and you can push and pull using powers. Looks very abstract. In fact, this board looks like it was drawn. Where's the actual game? That's the one that's shown. I'm going to guess that this game, Daniel Solis. Oh, it looks like you can just go get the rules online. Huh. Tabloid Teasers from 1991. Woo! That is a 1990s cover. Look at those people. She's looking at you. Everyone else is looking at that. Like, what? Unfortunately, these tabloids no longer exist, although you can find them on the internet for sure. I just like the cover of this game. One of these headlines appeared in an actual tabloid newspaper. The other 3 were made up by a group of friends playing tabloid teasers, which is the real one. I like that concept. That's an interesting thing, especially nowadays where there's a lot of weird news headlines that you might think are fake. Then again, it might be too serious today, huh? Rapid Croco. Asmodee. A burglary. There are 32. The central computer will give hints. You put these in the middle, and you got to figure them out. Okay. This looks like a kid's game, but you're slowly eliminating which hippos and crocs are guilty. I feel like there's another version of this out. You're right. It was re-implemented by Quien Tiene Mi Corona. Okay, well, I haven't seen that one either. Oh, Roberto Fraga. Well, that's very similar to the style games he makes. That makes sense then. Alrighty, let's continue down here as we look at these. A lot of games. Eden has 190 ratings. Jenga Quake. I gave that a 7. That's pretty good for me. Nabbit has 123 ratings. And Full House. Na 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 na. All right, Eden from Cosmos. That has a lot of ratings here. Looks like, is that Cain and Abel fighting maybe? I'm not sure what's going on in that picture. Looks like a boring, abstract tile laying game. I suppose that could be what it is. Play 1 or 2 cards, develop it, or play a cultivation card to increase areas on the board. Who was the designer of this? Gal Zuckerman. What else have they designed? Big Deal. Ooh, I like Big Deal. Oh, no. I thought Big Deal was okay. That's coming later. 15,886. Maybe I didn't like Big Deal. I remember being excited about playing it. It's been a while. Jenga Quake. So this is Jenga, except the bottom base here shakes every once in a while. That's it. But you know what? That's entertaining enough for me. I found that to be intriguing. So that's for the person who sits there and takes a long time. That thing could shake and quake at the bottom. Silliness, but hey, what do you expect? Nabbit. Ooh, I really like how this one looks. It's like upwards, but there's no board. And looks like you can put the tiles on top of each other or connect them. I really like how these tiles connect. Like puzzle pieces. That looks good. Fangs and same. Yeah, that works. I'm sure the game's okay, but I like the components a lot. And Full House in 1979. Where's Bob Saget? What? I do like the art on this, though. Looks like everyone is in this. It's a Parker Brothers game. Woo! Yes! This brings back these memories of these games back in this time. Did this one ever come out in English? It says Parker Brothers. You're an innkeeper. You got to make $500,000. You win the game. $500,000 in 1979. $500,000 now wouldn't be so bad. Alrighty, let's continue down here. We have Likewise and Metallurgy and Ratting Creek Assault and Tractor Factory. Chess for 3. Oh, wait, I gotta look at this. The Politics of Cannibals? Come on now. That seems ridiculous. All right, Likewise. The laughable, lively, like-minded party game. You get a random pairing of a description and that. Then you draw your doodles and you flip your paddles, revealing your answers. Are you trying to match your partner? I like the paddles. Goofy hairstyle. Okay, so you're trying to write the same thing as other people. So these people wrote mullet, these people wrote mohawks, and this person wrote Allen style. Whoever Allen is or is that a haircut? I don't know. Metallurgy. About transmutation of elements. And unfortunately, some fairly boring cards. The idea of putting these cards down like this in this weird tiling grid, I like that concept, but man, those cards look boring, unfortunately. Assault on the Tractor Factory. So this is a war game for sure, but not a bad looking one. Nice components. I am curious why it's so low down here, though. Let's see what the comments say. Why the wargamers don't like this one. Really small, really mediocre. It feels too easy. It's a postcard game. Ugh. I guess too simple for people. Okay. Chess for 3. Look at that board. You know you want it. Chess for 3 just sounds like a bad idea. But hey, if you want it, this is the board that it goes on. Player who checkmates first is the winner. Player who has been checkmated loses, and the third player loses as well. Sure, that's what the person who checkmates first is the winner means. But all right. It looks okay. You know, the component-wise. I might play it for fun at some point. All right, The Politics of Cannibals, 2008. This is from Strategical Concepts. All right. You're all sitting around a cooking pot. This is kind of a gross theme if you think about it too much. It doesn't look that good either. It has a name that's going to catch you, but that's about it. Alrighty, let's move to something that's not. Shadow Run Duels is 151 ratings. Grand Mastermind. Burger Mania. I thought I played that one. Step by Step. Wordsmith. Cubics. And Lupusburg. And here's a different wavelength than the wavelength that's so popular now. Ruckus and Leapin' Lily Pads. We always look at the last one. So let's take a look here. Shadow Run Duels. I remember this. Oh, this was like a game where you bought, these were like action figures that you bought and played a game with. I remember them making a big deal about this. You bought these figures, and you know what stopped me from getting this when it came out in 2003 was I did not have much money. That was the thing. But from WizKids, I remember this. I remember being excited about it. And Origins Awards Best Science Fiction Miniatures Rules winner, because that's a category you want to win. But, wow, it's ranked so low. Fantastic figs and decent enough gameplay. Figures are amazing, but the game is dull. This is the kind of game that if I could get a copy of this now, I might try to play it. Just because of how crazy it is. But it's probably super expensive to find all that stuff. Grand Mastermind. Look at how fancy that guy. That guy does not care what you think about him. So what's the difference between Grand Mastermind and other Masterminds? I gave this a 5.5. Ooh, I do remember this one. This one you have the different colors and shapes. Incidentally, I mean, you're basically trying to figure out multiple things here. You're trying to figure out the shape and the color in each column, which is a pretty good idea. I like that a lot. I wonder why I ranked this one so low. Mostly because it's probably not a game. Did I put a comment there? Where would I do that? My favorite of them all, but still too easy. Well, all right. Bodger Mania. This is from Privateer Press, who makes some good games, but not a ton. This is from 2013. The game of Raucous Goblin Wrestling. All right. The artwork's fine. But it must be some sort of Take That game. Man, they really want to push these goblins down people's throats. Step by Step. I have to say, I like that board. There's just something about that board that makes me happy. This came out in 2012 from Schmidt Spiel. Uwe Rapp. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious why. It's similar to Can't Stomp. Even though it's ranked so low, it does seem like it's something I would try to play. Game Night played this, Episode 3, 8 years ago. Oh, there you go. If they played it, it must be somewhat good. Wordsmith. This is a new one. Reimplements runes? I didn't know that. What is runes? Now that is something I did not know, that runes already existed. I should have known that when I did my thing. It's the same game. Weird. That came out in 1981. So I thought this was a brand new game. These are the same designers of, well, two of them are the same designers from Cosmic Encounter, where you're basically using these different things to make words. Well, that's fascinating. I never knew it was a re-implementation. This is not a bad game. It's a little word game. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Cubics. This is from Adam Kaluza and Grana. Three-dimensional strategy. You're going to take blocks from a central pile to your pile to create specific patterns and score points. So very generic type thing. I like how it looks, though. The pieces, man, I love how that cube looks as you take stuff off it. That's fun. Lupusburg. DVGLG. This is a sequel to Lupus in Tabula. Oh, there's werewolves. So there's werewolves involved. It's another party game. Ruckus, 2005. Accumulating sets. Players are grabbing stuff as fast as they can. There's 6 identical cards, and there are 12 sets making 72 cards. Ew. The cards are really boring looking, though. Well, those kids seem to be having fun. Leapin Lily Pads from 2000. Reiner Knizia. All right, your frogs have various colors. If the frog you're hopping matches the revealed lily pad, you keep the lily. They used the artwork for this for a game called Flying Frogs, which is not even ranked. There's a version called Kernick with chickens. This is definitely a kid-style game. All right, cool. And that's it. We've reached the end of another 100. Alrighty, well, we're starting to see, obviously, that we're getting lower, but there's still some good games in here. Every time there's one I talk about positively. In this case, Jenga Quake and Wordsmith, and there's going to be more interesting games we find, and there might be some that you think are worth checking out, and if so, mention that in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching today. I'll see you soon in another one of these. Until next time, I'm Tom Bassett. You've been watching 10,000 and Below on the Dice Tower.